Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another special edition of our TV show. Tonight we have a special guest from Italy, from ADICONSUM, and it's Miss Paola Pendenza. She's responsible for national and EU projects, and we're going to talk about the reason of her visit here in Romania and also about ADICONSUM and the consumers in Italy and so on. Good evening and welcome to TeleCons.
Good evening.
I understand this is your first TV show in Romania.
Yes.
I want to know, so people here can understand what is the object of your visit here in Romania.
I'm from a consumer association of ADICONSUM, and we are partner with the InfoCons Consumer Association, and we collaborate in a European project, Me's Mind project on identity theft, co-founded by the European Commission, the DG on prevention of crime. And we are here for a project meeting in order to improve and develop several activities that we will carry out in both countries, in Italy and Romania.
Mm-hmm. Before we go into this project, because it's very interesting, please tell me what ADICONSUM does in Italy.
Okay. So ADICONSUM is a consumer association that born more than 25 years ago, and is one of the main consumer association at national level, recognized by the Minister of Economic Development and the National Council of Consumer and Users within the ministry. And we have a lot of local office, about 300 local office that assist consumer, providing information and individual assistance and advice to consumers at regional, but also at local and provincial level. And ADICONSUM, the main mission of ADICONSUM is, of course, to protect consumers and to promote their interests and rights in the market. And in every kind of in their life, and in order to reach this mission, this goal, ADICONSUM first of all carry out a constant monitoring activities of the consumption of all the consumption sectors, but also try to contrast and fight every unfair commercial practices against consumers. And in order to reach these objectives, ADICONSUM believe that the important things is also to work in synergies with institutions and competent authorities, and also with all the key stakeholders, with all the key actors that can contribute to the protection of consumers. And for example, we establish and we sign a lot of protocol and agreement also with companies, because we believe that company have to have a role in the protection of consumers, and we try to find together the properest programs and the properest strategy in order to create a transparent market, and also a fair competition in the market in favor of consumers. Then ADICONSUM also manage the fund of prevention of usury. In fact, it's the only association in Italy to recognize, to develop and carry out activity for prevention of over-indebtedness and usury. And with this kind of activities and the fund for the prevention of usury, ADICONSUM assists consumers and inform consumers. It can also assist economically consumers and families that have problem of over-indebtedness. And finally, ADICONSUM, since the beginning, carry out a lot of media, informative and raising awareness campaign on the main consumption issues and matters through the help of the ministry of institution, both at national and European level. And we carry out a lot of projects at national and European level, among which Miss Mine project with InfoCons. And one of the main activity that ADICONSUM implement is the European Consumer Center, that is a European project, and is part of the European network called ACC-Net, European Consumer Center Network. That is a European network founded by the European Commission, but also at national level by the Ministry of the Economic Development, and also in order to inform and assist consumers in case of dispute regarding consumption, but not at national level, at transnational level.
Okay, so I can find help with this center in another country.
Yes, for example, if an Italian consumer have a problem with a French company or vice versa, we can help them, help him or help consumers to find a solution and find a mediation with the companies.
That is great. So let's go back to your visit here, the Miss Mine project.
Yes. So Miss Mine starts in 2011, and as I said before, is a co-founded European project. And the objective of this project is to contribute to the decrease of the phenomena of identity theft and frauds, in particular in the credit file, in the credit sector. And with the InfoCons, we are developing a range of activities. For example, in a few days, in a few weeks, there will be a website online that will give information and advice to consumers concerning how not be victim of identity theft, how to protect themselves, and also it's just one of the activities. But for example, we are going to involve all the key actors in the sector. For example, the bank systems, or the competent institution, or the law enforcement agency. We are trying to organize the consultation boards with them, thematic consultation board focus on specific problem concerned with the identity theft, in order to find with them practical solution and strategy to help consumers to protect themselves from this kind of problem. For example, in Italy, is a big one of the bigger problem, because last year we had about 9,000 cases of frauds in credit that bring to an identity that begin from an identity theft. So they use the personal data of people, for example, to ask for a loan, or to open to issue a credit card, or to buy a car or ICT appliance, so it's a big problem that involves not only or always the elderly, that usually are the more
very trustful.
Yes, the more affected, but young people. For example, the 30% of cases affect people under 30, from 18 to 30 years old. This is because they use social network and online, maybe without and their personal data, without thinking at the consequence that could occur
So it's because they're not well informed.
Yes, they are not well informed. They don't know what is what does it mean identity theft, and maybe they communicate with friends and other people, giving their personal data, their address, and criminals bring this data in order to create a false identity card, for example, open a loans. And the problem is that the majority of fraud in credit regard loans less than 1,050 euros, so small loans that are less subject to check and verify from the bank system, because you can go to a shop asking for a television, this modern television or something like that, ask for a loan directly there on the shop. So the check that the bank system could do on this kind of loan are really superficial compared to what bank usually do if a consumer asks for a loan in a bank. We are taking consideration also the time. I mean, the majority of people, one case is up to, discover the identity theft even after 1 year, then the theft, the fraud occurred. So with a large and big consequence to the consumer situation, not only in terms of mainly in terms of money, of loss of money, but also to understand how the personal data were used and how and where. So it's a big problem, and with this project we try to decrease and increase the awareness and information to consumers. Coming back to the activity of the project, we are carry out in these months, both in Italy and Romania, research on the level of information and knowledge of consumers on identity theft, what is identity theft, and also on the perception and their behavior, how they protect themselves, if they know if this is important or not, or if it happens to be victim of identity theft, or they know someone that be victim of identity theft, and to whom they turn to help to ask for assistance or information. So to have a panorama, an overview of the level of knowledge and also awareness of consumers, both adult and young people, because we are disseminating the question, submitting the question also to students from 13 to 18 years old. So in the following months, in September, we will have the report of the research, and we will present the report at national level, both in Romania and in Italy.
Do you think that consumers, maybe if it's a small amount of money, they just say, okay, I'll just pay it, I don't want all this trouble. Somebody stole money, it's 50 euro, I'll pay it and forget about it? Sometimes could happen, but in this kind, if the criminals stole your personal data, generally they'll do it again.
Yes, they do it again and again, and maybe you receive the rates and the I don't know how I call in English, bollettino, and you receive the rate to pay every month, and you have to pay. So they go to in the past, consumer go to also now, unfortunately, go to the bank and they say, I'm not the person that signed this contract, but you can prove this. So the assistance of consumer association, but also in collaboration with banks, with the institution, is fundamental to help people. Also, law enforcement agency, sort of synergy, sorry, a collaboration between all the key actors that can help consumer.
So people should trust this and should go ahead and make all the necessary steps to take back their identity.
Yes, because a lot of people doesn't know sorry, how to turn to, how to go, how to what to do to recover money and to recover credibility.
Yes, that's the most important. Don't forget, you can ask questions on our chat if you want to, and you can visit our website to see all our other shows. Let's go back, because you said that identity theft is one of the problems in Italy. What other problems do consumers have there?
Okay, for example, is more or less related, but for example, e-commerce and online, social shopping are very hot matter because a lot of people try to go close to this kind of new or new type of buying goods and services. But they not still totally trust this kind of services, because there are a lot of problems that occur when they buy goods and services. For example, the main problem in the e-commerce is actually in Italy is online, is social shopping. So you buy coupon to buy goods or services, or
that's new here also.
Yeah, okay. And the biggest problem is that the sellers of coupons leave consumers alone, except for problem that concern the coupon, but not the goods or services. So if you receive or you do not receive the good or services, or you receive a different good, or you have problem with delivery, the made delivery of good or services, it's not. They don't care. They don't care because they leave all the responsibility to the owner of the good and the services, and unfortunately, I think a lot of people used to buy coupon.
Yes, because they're very cheap and they attract you.
Yes, it's very cheap. I think it's a good way to buy. So there is a very cheapest and good occasion offers. But I think the problem is we have to change this kind of responsibility. It's not possible that the coupon seller is not responsible for whatever happens after you pay and you give them money. You have to assist and have the same obligation of a seller of goods and services.
What about the things that people buy online and they're not exactly what they saw in the pictures? Do you have problems with that?
Yes, for example, the majority of claims came from the selling of goods, and for example, more than half of claims concern they receive a different good compared to what they saw in the advertisement in the website.
And there's always a problem with the returning.
Yes. For the coupon sellers, yes, because they don't care, but they say that they are not responsible for this because we are not selling the good, so it's not their problem. So the consumer is they don't know how to manage the problem, and since the end of 2011 to the end of last year, we opened two dedicated email address in order to collect claims from consumers, and we collect about 3,000 claims, the majority concerning the selling of coupon for goods and services, also for touristic service, and also for what concern the buying of online, the other part of e-commerce, not only social shopping but also online shopping. The same. The majority concern the selling of goods and services, and also a small part of tourist services.
About the tourist services and the air transportation problems, we'll talk after the break. We'll take now a short break and we'll be right back.
O nouă atitudine.
Intră acum pe www.iatitudine.eu.
Dar ce ați făcut?
Nimic, abia l-am cumpărat.
Ați pus și degetele pe ecran și axipildul ăsta. 3 milioane și e ca nou.
Glumiți. Știți cine sunt eu? Sunt cetățean european și am drepturi.
Dacă produsul cumpărat nu funcționează cum trebuie, ai dreptul la reparație gratuită sau să primești altul în loc. E dreptul tău. Acționează!
Intră acum pe www.iatitudine.eu și direcționează 2% din impozitul pe venit. Ajută-ne să ajutăm! Protejează mediul fără să faci efort. Intră acum pe www.iatitudine.eu și direcționează 2% din impozitul pe venit în campanii de protecție a mediului.
Știți unde mă găsiți?
Mulțumim.
M-ați chemat?
Da, în pachet scria că avem aer condiționat și...
Ah, am uitat. Poftiți.
Glumiți. Știți cine suntem noi? Suntem cetățeni europeni și avem drepturi.
Dacă pachetul turistic nu corespunde ofertei inițiale, ai dreptul să ceri respectarea acesteia sau despăgubiri. E dreptul tău. Acționează!
Salvează o viață fără să faci efort. Intră acum pe www.iatitudine.eu și direcționează 2% din impozitul pe venit pentru campanii de prevenire a abandonului și abuzului copiilor.
O nouă atitudine.
Ajută un copil fără să faci efort. Intră acum pe www.iatitudine.eu și direcționează 2% din impozitul pe venit în campanii de educare.
We're back with our discussion with Mrs. Pendenza from ADICONSUM, and we were discussing about the problems that the consumers in Italy have, and I mentioned air transport. Let's see how you...
Yes. As I told before, thanks to the European Consumer Center, we receive and we collect needs, instances, and claims from consumer, and since 2006. Is a European project co-funded also from the Minister of Economic Development, and thanks to this project we have a direct contact. We can assist more and better Italian consumers, And one of the main problem and sector concern air transport, and the main problem concern the delays and baggage lost, but also the cancellation and the delays of flight, but also problem with the boarding of passengers. So in last years, in 2012, we received about 2,500 claims concerning air transport.
Is that a lot compared to other years?
Yes, it's a lot, even if this kind of activities allow us also to concert and dialogue with the company, with the air transport company. So we try to improve the situation of passenger, of consumers in air transport, but also in train, by transport by train, also by road. So these activities allow us to concert and to act and collaborate with companies in order to enhance the situation of consumers and passengers in this case. And for example, as I said before, in particular the problem are concerned with baggage, delays and boarding. And we try to, in this center, we try to orient the consumer, inform on their rights, how they have to do in order to complain to the company, and we assist them during the out-of-court dispute, because we try to solve the problem before to go in the court, because we try as ADICONSUM, we try to have a different approach, not to convince consumers to go to the court for a dispute and to pay lawyers and to lose time sometimes, but to approach to have an approach more of consultation and in order to dialogue with the company in order to find a better solution for consumers.
So this would be your joint mediation project?
Yes, a joint mediation, che in Italian è conciliazione paritetica, and it's a new approach, and in Italy since 2 or 3 years, and is an agreement, a protocol between the consumer association, among which ADICONSUM, and some of companies in several sectors, from insurance sector to transport to energy, tourism, communication, and thanks to this agreement that is recognized by the competent institution and authority, consumer have not to go to the court because it's a out-of-court dispute resolution, but have a representative in a consumer, as a representative in a consumer association, and the company have as well a representative of their interest. So there are 2 parties that try to dialogue and to find the best solution to be satisfactory for both parties, both for consumers and the company, and in economic terms, but also in terms of time, because sometimes when you go to the court you lost time, and without, in the majority of cases, have a concrete solution.
And what's the feedback?
The feedback in this year, people ask ever and ever for this kind of method of resolution, because it's free of charge for consumers, and they could ask for a joint mediation just with the subscription to becoming member of a consumer association, to which they give the mandate to act in their representatives. and the only things they have to do that they have already present a claims to the company, and the company, the answer the company or is not satisfactory or never comes without a specific deadline. So after this step, consumer can access to the joint mediation after the subscription to a consumer association, and then the consumer association represent the consumer and a conciliator represent the company, and when they find a solution, they write down a minutes with a sentence, with a decision that is compulsory for both parties. So they have to do what they have decided together. So usually nobody is unsatisfied of the solution that themselves agree upon.
Does only the client can access this mediation, or can the company initiate the process?
Usually, no, it's the consumer, the client, because usually when you have a problem, a claim, when you do a claim, usually is always the minority part that start the procedure.
We need your advice. One of our viewers from the chat wants to know about the coupons, how he can protect himself from being fooled.
To being
fooled, to having a problem with buying a coupon.
Okay. Sorry. So about the coupon is, for example, is always better to read carefully the condition, because usually when there is a description with a specific condition, for example, of the delivery,
they are written always in very small letters.
Yes, yes, but I think to take the time necessary to read, because usually they use also this kind of marketing to write things very small in order to that consumer, okay, this what doesn't matter, okay, for me, and flag on the choice, and they buy whatever. And so it's important to read carefully, and if they have problem, I think it is important to turn to consumer association or the competent institution that assist consumer. So to ask and to be informed, because the self-protection is the best and the first rule of protection.
We also have a question, and I want to know if this also works in Italy. Should we keep the receipt and then we can return the product? Is this how things work in Italy too? If we have the receipt, can we return the product?
Yes, there's a deadline of, it depends on the kind of product, but usually we have 2 years of guarantee.
2 years?
2 years, yes, 2 years. So, for example, for abbigliamento, I don't know how to say, for robes and
clothing.
Yes, clothing. Sorry. It depends on the owner of the shops, but for example, for ICT appliance or household appliance, you have 2 years to going back with the receipt, obviously.
And we also have another question from you, from Niku. Which agency in Italy is responsible for market surveillance?
Is the authority, there is an authority that is competent for the fair competition in the market. Is ICJM.
I hope this answer pleases you. I also wanted to know, here we also do comparative tests. at the InfoCons, and we present the best products on different criteria. Do you do this?
Okay, we had something like this thanks to a bilateral agreement with Click-la-Promo, click-la-promo.it. It is a website in which you can find for food and you can find the best offer and a comparative show you the comparative among prices and quality.
This is very useful, for example, for our users, for our customers here. I wanted to ask you about the system of consumer protection in Italy, how it works, if the government is supporting you.
So this last year there is a economic crisis. So the fund of institution, national institution, but also at European level are decreased. But the system but usually the national institution try to help consumer association also to promote campaign, informative campaign, and raising awareness campaign. For example, as I said before, ADICONSUM is member of the National Council of Consumers and Users that is established with a decree in 1998 and is established at the Ministry of Economic Development. And only consumer association recognize from this, according to a series of criteria, could be part of this national council. That is representative body, representative organism of the consumer association, and we aim to contribute to the enhancement, to the reinforcement of the consumers and users in the market. So help to improve the consumer situation. And so who take part, who is member of this national council, could be part of several activities that the council carry out. For example, the national council develop and draw down opinion and views concerning, for example, new regulation or proposal of law that concern obviously the interest and rights of consumer and users, but also promote through the National Council. It's possible to promote study and research and make proposal to improve and to protect consumers, and through the National Council through the association have a direct contact with the needs and the instances of consumers. So it's like a place of dialogue with not only with the consumer association, but the National Council can ask also to experts or other stakeholders that can contribute to the protection of consumers.
We also have other questions on our chat. Marianne wants to know how many members has ADICONSUM.
So more than 150,000 members.
That's a lot.
Yes.
And another question, how many NGOs are in Italy protecting consumers' rights?
Recognized at the moment we are 18 that are part of the National Council of Consumer and Users.
You spoke earlier about the problems of Italian consumers, such as e-commerce, air transportation. Have you made studies about if they know their rights enough? Are they informed enough?
They are informed, I think, but sometimes they don't know how to protect their rights. So now they know that when they travel or they buy something, in general, people knows that, for example, can return with the receipt and the
Yes.
product. But sometimes there are not a positive approach. Try to find to fight, okay, but they don't put enough importance to the knowledge, to the information, and sometimes they don't know how to turn to or how to do to protect their rights. We try, and we have tried during these 25 years to help them to be more aware of their rights, and also to educate also them on several on the main consumption sector. In fact, in this year we carry out a lot of campaign. For example, financial education, one of the hot issues, consumption issues, also online safety, road safety, and one of the main target group of ADICONSUM is young people, because we believe that the prevention of people, instead of act after the claim, after the problem raised, is better.
We should treat it like a disease, prevent it.
Yes, prevented is better than than the done is act. And so the prevention, the information, and the raising awareness, also through training course, is the best way to help consumer, to help themselves.
This is what we are trying to do here at TeleCons. We try to change mentality, and at InfoCons also we want people to be proactive. And speaking of this, it's your first TV show in Romania, as I said before. What do you think about our initiative, about TeleCons? It's the only and the first TV for consumer.
It's a very good idea and approach, as you said. Also, in Italy, also ADICONSUM has a web TV, and you used to make the small advice information to the consumer, in order to inform shortly, and to give short information, and ask them if they want to go truly or deep matters, looking for or search for material that they can find on our website, but also giving them link or other material produced by institution or other association that are active in consumer protection. So it's a very good idea, because it's a way to communicate with the public, and in particular with young people. That's very effective, and
We have to start early.
Yes, you have to start early. Yes, is the rule now.
Yes. And speaking about projects, what projects do you have for the next month or this year?
Okay, for example, one of the main projects we are carrying out, developing in this month, is Ambientiamoci. It's a campaign on environment protection and energy efficiency.
Because speaking
energy
of
saving,
this,
yes.
Today is the Earth Day.
Yes, yes. And it started last year. It's a project that started last year, and co-financed by la Presidenza del Consiglio dei Ministri. Is the presidents of the Council of Ministries, and from the Department of Youth, and is a campaign specific direct to young people and to students that have several range of activities, among which an eco tour, a tour in school, of secondary schools, high school, and in order to change their behavior and help them to change their behavior in order to protect the earth, their environment, and also to save energy and also save money, because it means if you for example, if you switch off the lights when you go out, or you switch off the household appliance and the red LED of TV and all the ICT appliance, you save energy, but you save money. So we try to give them understand these things, and the tour started in April, the 16th of April, so last week, and we'll finish at the end of the year. And we reach 15 regions, Italian regions, and we also be in fairs and exhibition in the field. And we have also a social network profile, a group on Facebook on the project, and we produce also a lot of informative materials, for example, on energy efficiency, but also on sustainable development, in order to give young consumers information and simple, in easier way. So
we have a lot of projects.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
And I hope, and I'm sure our collaboration will help the consumer. And we'll see you on our second show tonight. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.